Guys, Real Madrid's offer for the Ghanaian defender at Granada has been rejected, but then there is a new club that have shown interest in the player. We are going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about the latest transfer updates concerning Mohammed Kudus, kamaldeen Sulemana, Mohammed Salisu, Nico Williams, amongst many others. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You're watching SportsCornerGH. Quickly, let's jump into it. And I want to begin with the All-Star Festival happening tomorrow at the University of Ghana Legon Stadium. You can pick the short code here and get your tickets. Thomas Partey would be there. Felix Afenajan will be there. Your favorite Ghana players will be there to entertain us. So please make sure to be there. I'll be there myself. So please make sure to be there. Now, let's move away from that and talk about the latest transfer update. Let's start with Mohammed Kudus. Last season, he scored 5 goals and gave 3 assists. A lot of people described Mohammed Kudus' season as a flop. It did not go well. But then Thomas Partey came out publicly to say that if you want to look at goals, fine, then you are right. But then look at what he did on the pitch. Then you might be wrong with your assessment when it comes to Mohammed Kudus. And a lot of people understood what Mohammed Kudus was doing on the pitch and also what Thomas Partey had to say about Kudus. But the latest update concerning Kudus, according to The Athletic, is that in an internal meeting at Newcastle United, Mohammed Kudus' name was mentioned. Now, this meeting was held concerning players Newcastle want to sign for next season. The coach was there, Eddie Howe, the sporting director, the head of scouts, also the hierarchy at Newcastle. They all sat down and talked about all these players they wanted to sign for next season. But when they got to Mohammed Kudus, they all had positive remarks to say about the player and what he did with West Ham in the first season and also in the just ended season. They all liked the prospect of having Mohammed Kudus with the team for next season because they want to bolster their squad because they are going to play in the UCL. Now, they have to then prepare a proposal to West Ham concerning Mohammed Kudus. West Ham value Mohammed Kudus around 80 to 85 million euros, which a lot of clubs are not willing to pay because it is higher. They feel like it's inflated. And now, other clubs who are interested in Mohammed Kudus value the player around 50, 55, 60 million euros. So now we just have to wait to see the offer Newcastle United are going to make to West Ham concerning Mohammed Kudus. Also, according to The Athletic, Chelsea have not forgotten about Mohammed Kudus. Let's not forget, Chelsea have already gone to West Ham concerning Mohammed Kudus. They told West Ham that we want to give you player plus cash for Mohammed Kudus. And they gave West Ham options to choose from. West Ham initially said no, but later Graham Potter told West Ham that he wanted the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. But then Chelsea have not bought the second offer yet. But then Chelsea are still having Mohammed Kudus in their list. Now, according to the report, which I'm going to read very quickly, this is what it says. Gettins is clearly the most likely to fill the winger role as things stands due to the negotiations that have already taken place. Amongst the candidates being viewed to meet their other attacking requirements are Higo Ekitike, Mohammed Kudus, and João Pedro. Definitely, Mohammed Kudus edges on that list amongst these 3. So, Mohammed Kudus is still in the list for Chelsea. They just want to complete the Gettins deal first and then focus on Mohammed Kudus. So, guys, this is the latest update concerning Mohammed Kudus transfer. Newcastle United and also Chelsea. Currently, they are the 2 teams seriously interested in the player. We are going to follow up on this and bring you more updates live here on SportsCornerGH. Now, moving away from that, let's talk about Mohammed Salisu, who plays for MONACO. Now, the latest update is that the player wants to leave the club. And because of that, MONACO placed them on the market. And MONACO are not receiving anything less than 15 million euros for the player. Now, let me break this down to you. Southampton signed Mohammed Salisu from Real Valladolid in 2020 for 12 million euros. And then MONACO signed the player from Southampton in 2023 for 15 million euros. MONACO do not want to run at a loss when it comes to Salisu. So they are telling every single club that have shown interest in the player that if you want him, then you bring 15 million euros. Nothing less than that. Now for Salisu, the reason why he wants to leave the club is very simple. At the beginning of last season, he was playing regularly. He was playing extremely well. He was a regular, even in their Champions League. He was a regular starter for them. But then the second half of the season, getting to the dining end of the season, He wasn't playing. He was not injured. He was just on the bench, but then was not playing. The last time he played for Monaco, a game more than 10 minutes, was way back in February. Yes, it was way back in February. He was not playing. Now, the player has it in mind that next year is the World Cup here. Ghana's one leg is at the World Cup. Trust me, if he's not playing regularly for his club side, he is not going to make the World Cup squad. So the player thought to himself that, see, at this point, I need to make a move for my career. Now, a lot of clubs have not forgotten what Salisu did in the EPL with Southampton. He was really, really good. That is why Monaco signed him. So as I'm talking to you now, EPL clubs are interested in signing the player. Now, these EPL clubs are the clubs coming from the Championship. So Burnley, Leeds United, and also Sunderland. These three clubs have shown strong interest in signing Salisu because of the experience he has. Not only that, Saudi Arabian clubs, they have also shown interest in Salisu. And also Galatasaray, they have also shown serious interest in Mohammed Salisu. So all these clubs are interested in getting the signature of Salisu for next season. For Salisu, it is really important that he moves because Monaco just signed Eric Dier from Bayern Munich. Now, this player is coming in as a starter for Monaco. So what does this mean for Salisu? He's going to be the third choice, which is not good at all. Even when you were the second choice, you're not getting regular playing time. Imagine being the third choice at Monaco. You're not even going to play at all. You are going to be a bench warmer, and nobody wants to be a bench warmer. So, guys, this is the explanation concerning Mohammed Salisu's move to Galatasaray and also other EPL clubs and Saudi Arabia clubs that have shown interest in the player. He has a contract with Monaco until 2028. And in the just ended season across all competition, he played a total of 24 games, scored 3 goals, and accumulated 1,705 game minutes, which is very, very less as compared to what other players are doing across Europe. Now, let's move away from that and talk about kamaldeen Sulemana. Now, kamaldeen Sulemana has not had a successful spell at Southampton. They have been relegated, and next season, they are going to play in the Championship. But then, kamaldeen Sulemana is getting a lot of interest from a lot of clubs in Europe. Ajax is number one. They have shown interest in the player in the past, and they are willing to sign the player. Nantes in the French League have also shown interest in the player some time ago before. The latest club that have shown fresh interest in kamaldeen Sulemana is GENU. Now, GENU's coach is Patrick Vieira, and he has told the club that, see, next season, if you want me to do well than I did last season, get me kamaldeen Sulemana. I think he can help us. If I were to be close to kamaldeen Sulemana, I would tell him to leave Southampton and go to the club. It has been a rough patch for him in England, both in the Championship and also in the EPL. It's either injuries or he's not performing well, or the entire team is not performing well. Now, let me break this down to you so that you understand. Last season, he played a total of 26 games, scored 1 goal, and gave only 1 assist. Currently, he's under contract until 2027. Now, Southampton got relegated from the EPL with 12 points in 38 matches. So it could show you how poor and bad the team was. No matter what kamaldeen Sulemana would do, in fact, it wasn't his fault like that. Now, let's move away from that. Now, Southampton have told GENU that if they're interested in kamaldeen Sulemana and they want to sign the player, they are not going to receive anything less than 10 million euros. That shows you how his value has really dropped. Because if you take a breakdown of his transfer so far, you see that his value has really dropped. Now, let's talk about his breakdown. Now, in 2021, he was signed from Nordjylland to Stade Rennais for 17 million euros. In 2023, he was signed from Stade Rennais to Southampton for 25 million euros. But now, GENU wants to sign the player for Southampton, and Southampton are asking for 10 million euros or more. This shows you how his value has dropped. But nevertheless, it is not too late. He's still young, and I believe if he's able to move to another league, he can give his career the boost that the career needs. But currently, I would tell the player to move. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I would tell him to move. But then, guys, this is the latest update concerning kamaldeen Sulemana. We are going to follow up on this and bring you more updates concerning the player. Now, let's talk about Oscar Nasser Opong, who plays for Granada. Now, he plays for Granada to be in the 4th tier in Spain. Now, this player has gathered a lot of interest, especially from Real Madrid, because scouts were sent to watch the player. And after the scouts watched what the player did, they were like, wow, this is our next Rudiger, because he is very aggressive. He does everything like Rudiger. No difference. Then Real Madrid decided to make the first offer to Granada, 1 million euros. It got rejected. Now, the reason why it got rejected was because Granada were asking for more. And obviously, because of the new club that have shown interest in the player, which is Burnley. Burnley are interested in also signing this player. Burnley are already promoted to the English Premier League, which they are going to play next season. And they have shown interest in Oscar Nasai Opon. So currently, it's a very tight battle between Real Madrid and also Burnley for Oscar Nasai Opon. If you were the player, where would you go? Burnley to the EPL or Real Madrid and play in their junior team Castilla? Let me know your answers down below in the comments. But then, guys, this is the latest update concerning Oscar Nasai Opon and also his transfer to either Real Madrid or Burnley. Let's move away from that and talk about Nico Williams. Nico Williams. Now, Nico Williams to Barcelona is a possibility because from what I hear, personal terms have been agreed. Personal terms have been agreed. Now, according to the report, it states that Barcelona has reached an agreement in principle with Nico Williams for a contract until 2031. His salary would be 12 million gross per season. You see, Nico Williams decided to reduce his salary just to join Barcelona. This is what Barcelona was waiting for. Yeah. You know, he had options. One, to stay at Athletic Club and sign a new contract and get more money. Or two, go to Barcelona, reduce his, salary and play with his friends, Lamine Yamal, Pedri, and co. And three, Bayern Munich were also at the other hand, also trying to offer him something he was already earning or probably more, because he was telling Bayern Munich that he wanted between 15 to 20 million euros. But then the player later decided to join Barcelona. He made the move himself. He initiated the whole thing himself. Now, it is very simple. I get why Nico is doing this. Let me explain to you. You see, if you watch the Spain national team, when you see Nico here and you see Lamine Yamal here and you see Pedri in the middle, it tells you these young boys want to win something. Next year is World Cup. Now, these friends amongst themselves believe that if Nico comes to Barcelona, look at how Barcelona performed last season. Barcelona can win the La Liga, the Copa del Rey, the Champions League. And then when they go to their national team, it's the same squad. Lamine Yamal, Nico, Pedri. They can then go on to win the World Cup. They can create history. They can create reports. Amongst them, they are friends. That is the dream they have. So you get why Nico Williams wants to go to Barcelona and play with his friends. Because they want to create history together. They want to create something beautiful together. It's just a matter of time if all this is the plan is going to come true. But then, guys, this is the latest update concerning Nico Williams. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. And lastly, let's end with a speech from the president of the land, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, talking about the Bochum boxing arena, saying that his only regret is that he did not build it bigger. Let's check it out.
Unfortunately, over the years, things have gone down, and that's what we try to revive by setting up the Bochum boxing arena. It's actually an academy because it's got hostels, it's got classrooms and all that. And the intention was that we'll scout and look for young talents all across the country and bring them to live and train there and go to school at the same time, and so we're going to have teachers teach them so that they don't miss on their lessons and all that. Unfortunately, after I left office, that dream, was put on hold. But we have the opportunity to take it up again. My one regret is I didn't build it bigger than it is now. I realized that. I thought that 4,000 was enough to come and see a boxing match, but it looks like we need a much bigger arena to contain the new interest that is coming up.
So, guys, you have heard from the president, John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, talking about the Bochum boxing arena. It's very simple. It's because of the bout that was held the last weekend, the Battle of the Beasts. A lot of Ghanaians enjoyed it. People liked it. I didn't know people really liked boxing like that until I saw the way people were staying up at night to watch the bout and everything. The kind of promo that went to it, the excitement it gave. You could see there is a new audience for the boxing here in Ghana, and the president is talking about it. Let's not forget his son Sharaf Mahama is the one spearring all of this. So I mean, this is good. This is good for the sport. But then, guys, this is the latest update I have for you live on Sports Corner GH. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You're watching Sports Corner GH. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. And please make sure to be at the University of Ghana Legon Stadium for the All-Star Festival Games. I'll see you in the next one. Charlie, we go vibe.